Welcome to the Experienced Newbie Show, the show for freelancers by an experienced newbie just jumping into the freelance game. Hey guys, welcome back to episode number 2 of the Experienced Newbie Show. On yesterday's first episode there, I told you I was going to tell you the story about how I came about getting my first client, and the fact that was basically 100% serendipity. And I have to say, the minute that I quit my job that afternoon in August, I was scared shitless. I had been there for 12 years. I didn't really have a game plan going forward formulated in my head as to exactly what I was going to do or how I was going to do it. I knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't know exactly how I was going to execute it. Within the hour of quitting my job, I had reached out on social media to a friend of mine who I used to work with at the same company who had left a while ago. And as we were chatting, told her that I had quit and was going to be doing my own thing. Well, it turns out that she had recently taken on a position at a new place, a new job, where she was the decision maker in the website and marketing and things like that the school she works for was doing, and that she was basically ready at that moment to start looking for a web designer to redo their website. So by the next morning, she had spoken to the school's board and got me the go-ahead to completely revamp their website. So, within the hour of quitting my job, I had my first gig basically lined up, paid gig for the whole website to do it. And I have to tell you that at that moment, that was the sign that I needed in my head to tell me that whether or not it was going to be a long haul, which it is, to really get to where I want to be as far as income from my freelancing business, that I was definitely on the right track as far as taking that leap, getting out on my own, and doing my own thing. Just the fact that I reached out to one person, told them about that big change in my life, one person in my network, told them about that, and landed work from that conversation immediately. That just clarified in my head that no matter what, I made the right move, and that I was going to hustle and bust my ass going forward to make it work, because it was the way to get to the lifestyle that I really, really, really want. And I think that I'm going to get there someday. It's going to be hard. I have no bones about that. But that one moment right there, basically instantly, after going and doing that thing for myself and making that decision for myself, it really solidified in my mind that I was on the right track as far as what I was planning to do with my life. And so, that was the first client. I went up, met with the school director one time, and hammered out their website over the period of a week. They had I landed the job. I quit my job and landed this first gig right at the end, the last week of August of this year, and they wanted the new website completely done, tested, and running before school started for the year. So that basically gave me a week to go ahead and get the website designed, get it tested, get it up and running, and then get their sign off on it. So not only was it the first gig that came in pretty much immediately, but it was a pretty tight timetable as far as getting everything going. And to top it all off, me and my girlfriend were actually in the process of moving about 40 minutes away from where we were living at that point. we were moving from 2 separate apartments to a house. So that week was basically spent 24/7 between packing, moving, and building this website. So that the end of that month, the end of August, was just a crazy, insane, nonsense time that was absolutely nuts. But it was a lot of fun. That one week was actually a big, just a big action-packed week. It was a lot of fun to go through. I had a lot of fun building the website for the client, and you can check out the website that I built on my website. It's part of my case studies, so no big secrets who it is. And yeah, it was a good time. We put a lot of cool features into the website, as far as so a nice faculty and staff section with pictures and bios and videos. I did up a custom coded plugin for events, so they could really have a nice display of their upcoming events for the school, tie them into their Facebook events. That way they could be having people RSVP, so they kind of get a little look at who was coming and help promote the events on social media. So there was a lot of fun, little cool things. I think we ended up with a great looking site. They love it. It's a lot simpler for them to use now as far as managing the content, which is always a huge plus. If you're working with small businesses, small organizations, one thing I've learned over 12 years is a lot of people are not tech savvy, and things that you think are simple, for instance, using WordPress. You might think that it's simple to navigate that whole back-end system there and the WordPress dashboard and, oh yeah, just install a plugin and do this, To a lot of people, that's not simple. That is very complicated and complex, and it's way beyond what they're used to doing and beyond their comfort zone. So I really simplified that down for them and took the process of, so if they're posting something, I used a lot of advanced custom fields to make it so if they're putting, a new faculty member in, basically they just have to fill out a bunch of fields that say, name and position, and here's the picture spot to upload it. It's going to automatically crop it and put it to the right dimension so everything is uniform on the site. Anything you can do like that to simplify things for them. I went in the back end before I handed them off the site, and I hit a lot of the menu items that they don't need to have access to. So basically the only things that are there visible for them are the ones that they're going to need to manage their content, add new blog posts, things like that, just to really simplify the process. And then I made them some walkthrough videos that using Loom, which is a really cool Google Chrome extension. And I used that and I dropped those on the dashboard for them. So that way, if they're back there and they're trying to figure out what to do, chances are there's a video right there of me walking through how to do that from their dashboard. So that's a cool little trick. Just, one little nice thing you can do that will save you a lot of time answering support calls in the future if you go ahead and do that. That's really that is the totality of that first project. It was, like I said, just immediately getting that first bit of work really solidified in my mind that making the jump to freelancer from my cushy 9-to-5, 12-year job doing websites inside the corporate world, it was the right move for me. I don't mind the struggle and the hustle and busting my ass. I actually enjoy it. I don't mind working, 15, 16 hours a day. I bet you sometimes my girlfriend wishes I didn't. In fact, I can guarantee you she wishes I didn't sometimes, but we're both 100% committed to me doing this. In fact, she actually has her own side hustle that she's working on right now. She has a massage therapy business that I'm working with her to get up off the ground. And so actually that was my second website that could actually go in my portfolio. It was not paid, but because she's not going to just give me money because it's just our money. So, but I built her massage therapy website, So that became the second website in my portfolio, and I'm up to a few more now in the portfolio. And let's see. I mean, that's the story of the first client. Tomorrow, I want to change things up a little bit, and I want to talk about LinkedIn and some thoughts and some things I tried on LinkedIn. Basically, as soon as I struck out on my own, some changes I made to my profile, and actually started using my profile. It had been sitting there since like 2005, untouched. And within 3 days of making these changes, I actually got a connection request from a local computer repair IT shop who does web design as well. Basically, they white label web work. And they reached out to me because they did not have a WordPress person. And so they reached out to me to see if I was available to handle their WordPress work when it comes in. So we'll go ahead and tomorrow I'll talk a little bit about that. I'll talk about the changes I made to my LinkedIn profile, the way I structured it, some of the copy that I used, and we'll get into that and maybe have a little discussion as to, why and how that worked as far as being able to get me a white label opportunity basically within the first month of being out and freelancing. So until I speak to you guys tomorrow regarding that, have a good one. Bye.